Gaurav will come to the test match which happened in the city of Nizam in Hyderabad. And there was a special build up to this test match because, it was not just an England versus India series, which happens regularly, but first time England were coming with a new approach of baseball. And there was a lot of talk whether baseball can succeed in India. And I think I don't know. It's been just one test match, and I think it's the reverse of Kolkata. I already mentioned that reverse of Kolkata 2001 test, which we did what we did to Australia. England did it to us in the way they counterattacked in that second innings. I think it totally caught us napping. Those reverse sweeps, reverse scoops, reverse logs, three, four different types of reverse sweeps by Ollie Pope. You must have seen a lot of knocks by non-Asian players in India, Gaurav. You must have seen Jack Scalise and AB de Villiers score, Alistair
Hashim
Cope,
Amla.
Kevin Peterson. You know, I would say Hashim Amla is an Asian origin, so I will not count him. So, but yeah, I mean, in the past also you must have seen, of course, Matthew Eden had a great series also. But how much will you rate this knock of Ollie Pope, a counter-attacking 196?
Has to be in the top three by overseas batsmen. The top two, I rate Kevin Peterson 186 against India at the
Hmm,
Wankhede 2012
hmm,
series, and also the Pune 100 by Steve Smith in 2017 on a minefield. Those two are by top hundreds before this, and this one surely is right up there. 96, absolutely wonderful the way Pope batted. I mean, I was really surprised, to be honest, because I've
yeah.
seen Ollie Pope bat before against spinners, especially.
Hmm.
He was always been a sitting duck against spinners.
Absolutely,
Nathan Lyon
absolutely.
had him for fun. Nathan Lyon had him for fun.
And look
And the
at
way
that
he got.
guy's mentality, Gaurav. So he actually, Australia beat them 2-0 in Ashes. They were leading 2-0 in Ashes, and this guy got injured, which allowed them to play Chris Wokes, who actually turned around the Ashes with his bowling and batting. And, I was thinking that England will be thankful that they got rid of this guy, but they actually still have him as vice captain. I was so shocked, actually. I heard the commentators mentioning him. They have him
And
as vice captain.
I was even more shocked the way they brought Tom Hartley and this Bashir kid in the side, looking at the data with the sky cam and all those
Oh my
things, looking
God.
at the
I heard
mother
a
shared.
I heard a podcast of Graham Swan, and he was telling that Hartley is England's Akshar Patel. I was like, what is this guy even saying? That how can he compare Hartley to an Akshar Patel? And he's not even in. He does not even make the county 11 of Lancashire team, and he's comparing him with Akshar Patel. But I think yeah, they were right.
It's something like, and this is actually people take baseball means it's scoring runs at five runs per over or six. It's not like that. It's
Hmm.
baseball is all about having this attacking approach, this unconventional, unorthodox thinking.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's why I'm a big advocate for baseball thing. And look at the England's record after McCallum took charge as a coach. They've been unconventional. They've been unorthodox. Yes, they have lost a test match when they declared with 9 down.
Hmm.
Um, in the first Ashes test, they looked stupid there. But
Hmm.
then, in spite of that, this kind of a unconventional thing they did
Hmm.
was there to see. But the thing is that even my say a kid of standard 2 or 3 would have known that these English people going to sweep. But
Yeah, there
where was
was.
the Indian reaction? Where was the
Yeah.
Indian reaction to counter that? I thought India was tactically far more inferior to England in this Test match, and this blame must go to the coach and backroom staff.
And I'll tell you, Gaurav, actually, on the first day, my reaction was England are retreating. They are beating a retreat because first innings we saw England actually abandon baseball in terms of how Bairstow and Stokes played. But I just want to point out this thing in the second innings. More wickets of England fell actually when you compare to. I've done an hour by hour analysis, and if you see the fourth, fifth, and sixth hour of batting. India were 281 for 4, which was more comfortable of a situation because of the start given by Yashasvi Jaiswal, and England are 245 for 5. But from there onwards, they attacked. I mean, from 172 for 5, they attacked. They scored 216 runs in 3 hours. I mean, that's an amazing feat. Whereas India could only score some 145 runs in fourth, fifth, and sixth hour. And Ollie Pope has scored 146 runs in 30 overs. If you leave out one phase where he got slowed down by you know by Pope, by Stokes and Besto. Apart from that, so they were retreating, but they came back. They just committed to it, and I think that commitment part was missing in the first innings. But in the second innings, uh,
Actually,
they
actually, actually, England actually won a very important toss, to be honest.
yeah.
First, then secondly, I thought that they were very below par with the total 246 on that surface was
Hmm.
pretty low. And
Hmm.
India, the mistake India did that it was a surface to score 550s and 600s
Hmm.
because it was slow turner. The kind of
Hmm.
a surface we played in throughout the 2000s and 2010s, early part of 2010s,
Hmm.
not those dust bowls or minefields we
Yeah,
prepare of late.
it was a decent
And
pitch.
so
It
kind
was
of
quite a decent pitch. Yeah.
it was a decent kind of a pitch, and then the kind of a pitch India should go with kind of this kind of a pitch throughout the series.
Throughout the series.
Because what happens, I fear that they go for a minefield at Vizag. Okay,
Hmm.
I fear
Yeah.
for that. I think what will happen that see this on minefields and on such tracks, even a class standard spinners become dangerous. You look at Joe Root taking a fifer at Ahmedabad last time. See, it
Hmm.
becomes a kind of a lottery. You see, India versus South Africa test at the Cape Town. It becomes a lottery kind of a thing. So
Hmm.
I don't like that thing to happen, but I fear that that's what going to happen with India being 1-0 down. And
Hmm.
especially without Jadeja and KL Rahul going into the second test match. That's a pretty tough blow. What
Hmm.
more disappointed was that the way Ashwin and Jadeja bowled in the
Hmm.
second inning. It was also very disappointing, to be honest. They
Hmm.
are senior pros. They should take responsibility. The body language was very timid. India
Hmm.
dropped couple of catches. Had they taken Pope even for 110, India would have won this on canter.
Yeah.
India still should have won this in canter. Chasing 230 on that surface
Yeah.
wasn't a big deal because it
Hmm.
was slow turner. Once you survive 30, 35 overs on that surface, the pitch
Hmm.
becomes slow, the ball becomes soft. You
Yeah.
look at how how Ashwin and
Ashwin
KS
and
Bharat
Bharat.
was having that partnership.
Yeah.
That itself showed that had we applied a bit in the beginning and didn't
Hmm.
lose too many wickets, we would have
Hmm.
still given them chance. Even Bumrah and Siraj had a 25-run partnership.
Acha,
So
Gaurav,
it was not.
I have seen this a lot of times. Like I saw a test match in Bangalore. If you remember, Yunus Khan and Inzamam putting on a big partnership there, and India were trying to save the match, playing very defensively. Uh, Yashasvi Jaiswal, and he's a natural attacking batsman. Uh, Okay, so what happened? I mean, what were we trying to do? I mean, we last 40 overs we scored some 100 runs. We were. I mean, we were looking to save the test match. There was no intent from the Indian batsmen. They were just. I didn't understand the approach. What do you think of the fourth innings?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Because they knew that Jack Lees was injured. He was
Hmm.
on one leg. Had
Hmm.
they attacked this fellow Tom Hartley in the beginning,
Hmm.
he would have felt nervous because he already given 130 runs in the first inning.
Yes.
So and you see Rehan also went for runs in this inning. So
Yeah.
it was all about Hartley. Had we tackled him a little better, I mean, attacking doesn't mean go senseless, hell
Yeah.
for leather.
Yeah.
Attacking means, I mean, you have to have scoring mindset. That how can
Yeah.
I score? If
Yeah.
I don't have any chance, then I defend.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I always need to look for runs because I
Hmm.
mean, I mean, the way some of them got out was very, 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 very poor.
Hmm.
See,
Hmm.
look at how Shreyas Iyer threw his wicket. Look how Jaiswal got out. Who look
I
at
was.
how got out.
You'll call me biased, but I'll say I was most disappointed by KL Rahul because he's the only one who got out to an off spinner defending, right-hander who got
And
out to an off spinner defending.
and that too on a back foot, on a slow surface.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
too on a back foot, on a slow surface. So yes, absolutely. But then, I mean, these the dismissals I'm talking about looked ugly. The way Jaiswal got
mm,
out, or a Gill got out, or a Shreyas Iyer got out, they were soft. They were pretty soft.
mm, mm,
So that's what I think. I think that's what Peterson also talked about Gill's batting in the first innings as well. That he's not looking to score runs, and somehow sometimes later, I mean, somewhere one ball will get you out eventually. So you need to always look for runs in such conditions. But
and what do you?
I fear Shikhar, the only team which have chance of beating India in India is the England with baseball approach, because I
Mm,
really fear for India in this series, and I think we'll meet after the second Test match or the third Test match or whatever the series will. It's a long series, it's a 4 Test match series, but
mm,
I really do fear for India in this series. I think we have a great chance of losing this one, because we are pretty close to lose the Australian series as well. It was a
mm,
madness from the Australian and the Australia the third morning of the Delhi Test match,
mm,
when they was all they came and went for sweep and got out, and
mm,
they were 67 for one, and they suddenly got all out for 110 or so. So I mean, had Australia batted little sensibly that day, India would have lost the Australian home series. So
and
India
will be
last
without Virat Kohli, will be without Jadeja, will be without KL Rahul.
Without Jadeja, Kohli, Pant, and this Rahul for the next Test match as well.
Mm,
I don't know how long will it take for Jadeja to come back. I think it's not
mm,
that serious, I guess.
yeah.
So he'll come
And
back
KL will
in
be
the
ready in
Rajkot.
time for the World Cup, I guess. He always gets in ready in time for the World Cup only. He doesn't.
I think what some of the changes, I think India should still go for a pitch like this and hope they
Mm,
bat first on that kind of a surface. And
mm,
even I mean, with all this baseball and all these Pope innings and all,
mm.
England were 163 for 5.
Yeah,
Then all of their top order gone. See,
yeah.
India didn't produce the wicket taking delivery
The
that is the
baseball
fault of
bros abandoned baseball. Bairstow and Stokes abandoned baseball. So that's
baseball.
the reality.
That is the
They
thing,
they were
and
retreating.
that's why when Stokes got out, it was matter of only one wicket. Even they had a decent partnership with Stokes. I can understand that in a 100 run
Yeah,
partnership, but after that, I mean, you couldn't get
Rehan
out
Ahmed.
Rehan Ahmed and Tom
Tom
Hartley. It's
Hartley.
your fault.
Valuable runs scored by Tom Hartley in both innings. In both
It's a
innings.
fault. It's an 80 run partnership between Hartley and Pope, and that was I mean, unpardonable mistake by the Indian bowlers. Then and Ashwin with all those big talks must deliver now. I mean, it's high
Hmm.
time he delivers, because I mean, off late he has always been the dust bowl kings. He needs conditions to succeed, and that's not a
Yeah.
great sign for a good bowler,
He's a,
because
I actually believe he's making the team as a batsman because he's playing spin very well compared to other batsmen. I used to think.
actually, if you look at Anil Kumble's career, had Kumble got those minefields in his career, he would have ended up with 800 Test wickets.
Hmm.
Forget 619, he would have ended up getting 800 Test wickets. So, I think responsibility should be taken by Ashwin and co. I think
Hmm.
it's enough firepower in the bowling attack still as a spinner. I think what I feel that if they go for a minefield, which I assume they would, then
Hmm.
I'd rather not pick Kuldeep Yadav, because on that kind of surface, Kuldeep Yadav won't be effective
But
enough.
many
You
are
need
saying now
someone
Kuldeep is an automatic selection since Jadeja is not there and he's the third spinner.
not really actually, I do believe, because if we play on a surface like where we played in this Hyderabad Test match, then Kuldeep is fine. But if
Hmm.
we play on a surface which is minefield, then I
Hmm.
would rather go with Saurabh Kumar or a Washington Sundar, the guy who can also bat a bit.
Hmm.
Because you need to strengthen your batting lineup. I'd rather drop a Mohammad Siraj and play an extra batsman there and go
Yeah.
with the other safer.
We were all making fun of one pacer theory of England, and it actually worked with Tom Hartley being the extra spinner.
I can see Rajat Patidar making his Test debut.
You're not seeing Sarfaraz Khan, and that means.
I think on form, I think Rajat Patidar will play because he got his chance first. So I think ideally, Rohit Jaiswal, Gill will play. Definitely, he'll get one more chance. I think four Patidar, four
Gaurav,
Iyer, five Patidar.
we are going to end the video. I'll make a prediction. I think India is going to win in Vizag because we don't have the two most defensive batsmen, KL Rahul and Jadeja.